Another business owner prayed for the first time in public in his entire life and was blessed with $50,000 worth of new work from Canada within 4 days. The crazy thing is, he does no advertising and no marketing into Canada at all. It just arrived in his DMs on Instagram. I see you do this. I'd really like it. I have a budget of $50,000. Off the back of the first time praying in public. Imagine a business that is built by following the Holy Spirit. Imagine a business that can grow 20 times the size of a normal business in the same time frame. Imagine a business that can train for 29,000 hours with Christian business owners in its first year of business. Imagine a business that can start in one country and within 18 months be trading successfully in another country. That's the journey of KingdomPreneur. It's a journey I haven't spoken about, haven't really shared about. And in this video, I want to talk to you about the reality of growing a business with the Holy Spirit, with God, following His plan, His design, His purpose, with you as the worker bee in His hive, delivering the outcome of the business. In Mark, we learn from Jesus, "Therefore I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it and it will be yours." And so in this video, I want to share with you some of my stories in the building of KingdomPreneur. Some people may well be of the, "Well, of course, Rob, it works for you like that" mentality. But I want you to understand that what I'm going to share with you hasn't happened just for me. It's happened for you as well. I want you to understand that what I'm going to share with you is miraculous. But those miracles happen so that I could share them with you, so that you could find your hope, and so that you could finally and fully commit your business to Him, to grow with Him, for Him, without the usual Christian fear of, "Well, if I do it God's way, I'll struggle. I could be poor. It might be harder. I might have to suffer." And all of those false fears that in honesty, when you commit your life and your business and your finances to Him, prosperity is the only thing on the other side. Now, I'm not here to preach the prosperity gospel. I do not believe that God is some form of a ATM or cash point machine that you can walk up to and put in your digits and splurts money out at you. I don't believe that God's only expression of love or primary expression of love for us is money or wealth. However, in the past 2 years of building KingdomPreneur, I've experienced more financial miracles than I have in the rest of my life put together. In April 2025, I had a sleep at lunchtime and woke up with this thing inside of my head, which was, we needed to go and do a speaking tour around South Africa, to go and speak about God and the Bible, and to go and do it, and not to worry because He would arrange it. The deal was, and I said this from the absolute start, that money shouldn't be the block of preventing people from me coming and sharing His word about business and the kingdom economy with people. Money shouldn't be the block. And so that I would go anywhere and everywhere and speak for free without any expectation of monetary reward or gain. I would come. On day 6 of the tour, I woke up in the morning and checked my phone. I opened WhatsApp, the usual messages, and then I opened my emails. In my emails was an email from a new CEO of a financial institution here in South Africa, apologizing for their predecessor, saying that they would like to use my services, but they also understood that in dispute was a large amount of money from 2.5 years ago that they hadn't paid me. Would it be okay if they settle the invoice now? Would I consider doing work with them in the future? And were my bank details still the same? That day, into the company bank account appeared, far more money than we ever needed to go and facilitate the entire tour. Not necessarily when you most need it, but the time when you are most committed to God's purpose, where you've decided to carry the cost of his mission for him, as opposed to waiting, as opposed to saying, when the money arrives, then I will move. We moved before the money was there, being willing to carry it ourselves, and God arrives as a miracle worker, blessing the tour. The tour was paid for and more. And that, with a connected prayer in my vegetable garden with God, an ongoing, not on my knees type structured prayer, but an ongoing conversational, relational prayer with God as I gardened, produced more hope and financial miracle than we'd received for months. I asked for hope, and hope comes in many ways. We got new business, new sales, new clients. But then one particular market that I was about to give up in, I spoke to somebody else who sells to the same ideal client group in that market on a week after I made that prayer, had that conversation with God. And he told me what his sales figures looked like in the previous 5 months and left my jaw on the floor. He'd outsold us by 5 times. A client of ours the other day said to me in a coaching session that he was servicing a client. He was in their house and they weren't home. And something inside of him as he was doing the work said, do not charge her. Do it for free. He fought with this. Do I not have a business? It's not the purpose of my business to charge people and make money. Why on earth would the business do it for free? And he went backwards and forwards and forwards and backwards, and eventually decided when he left the house that day to just leave an invoice which said amount owing 0. He didn't charge them. The following day, he got a phone call from the lady who owns the house saying, thank you so much, and I have no idea why you did what you did for free. I would happily have paid you whatever you'd have asked for. But something inside of me says to place you on the procurement list for the business that I'm the procurement director of. And his tiny business went onto the procurement database of the largest property management firm in Texas, a process that other business owners would fight for months or years to get onto. And for him, it happened in 12 hours, start to finish. And so what does faith look like for you in your business? And how are you actively doing it? How are you honoring the serenity prayer of, dear Lord, let me leave to you what is yours to be done, and let me do what's mine to be done, and please give me the wisdom to be able to understand the difference between the two? How are you leaving to God what's his to be done and doing what's yours to be done? Following the Holy Spirit actively and understanding that when you fully trust and believe in him, every prayer will be answered. And while sometimes in our faith we're told we have to be patient, in my lived experience, our God is the God of lightning as well as one of delay. That provision can arrive in seconds, not days, months, or years. So let me know in the comments, what does this mean for you? How are you experiencing him in your business? Have you fully committed your business to him actively in all actions, thoughts, and prayers? And how are you following the Holy Spirit and allowing him to guide you, as opposed to you having to be the strategist? How about letting him do it instead? Because he's far better. God bless, and let me know how you're getting on.